Welcome to Star Family Tarot. Your intuition led you here. The theme for this video is what opportunities are here for you now. So before you, I have 3 cards to choose from and 3 runes. So I will tell you more about the runes in the reading, but for now I just want you to use your intuition since most people aren't familiar with the meanings of the runes. So this is for card number 1. Card number 1. This is for card number 2. And for card number 3. So this is a timeless message. Whenever you find this video, there will be something here for you. Before choosing a card or a rune that you feel drawn to, make sure you take a deep breath and ask your spirit guide team to help you choose which card is right for you at this time. They love to help, but you've got to ask. If you found this channel, you are an old soul and probably a light worker, and take all the time you need to make a selection. Pause the video if you need to, and you'll find the timestamps for each card reading in the description box below. I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this rune, then welcome to your reading. So I'm not too familiar with runes, but I just was called to use them today. So the meaning for this rune, forgive me for pronunciation, but I believe it's called Awaz, which is a symbol of extremes, about duality. So the U is a tree that dies and transforms itself, representing the 2 extremes, about forming new perspectives after upheavals and questioning to see death as an ending and a new beginning. Brings about enlightenment and shows a path towards knowledge and wisdom. So that will be interesting to see how that ties into your reading. And the general theme for your reading for about what opportunities are coming to you now, are present for you, is the 4 of emotions. And in this deck, the 4 of emotions is essentially the 4 of cups, if you're familiar with the tarot. The 4 of emotions. So the message that I went ahead and channeled in advance for you is that you are the opportunity that you seek. Like if you see here, she's sitting in this cup and she's bored and discontent with the 3 cups before her, saying like, where's my new opportunity? But she doesn't see that she herself is the vessel for the next opportunity that she's seeking. So your gifts and abilities will provide you with everything you've been asking for. It's time to share them with the community. What are you missing? Like, what isn't right in front of you that you haven't been able to see? What perspective can you shift to see something that is, right in front of you? How can you create the change that you're seeking? A good way to see the abundance in front of you is to see through the eyes of a child. Is there a child close to you that you could see through their eyes to witness the wonderment all around? If not, you can imagine your inner child engaging with the world. So what might delight them? A gratitude exercise might help to shift your perspective as well. You can keep zooming out of the minutia until you realize how glorious yet how small your life really is. In the grand scheme, in the grand perspective of all things. So slowing down and engaging with your senses fully can also be a way to shift your view. Can you eat some fruit blindfolded or listen to some music in the dark in a bath? Heightening your senses will awaken the wonder within, so you'll feel compelled to share your unique gifts in a revitalized way. make sure you're moving your body to release any stuck energy. So that is going to be the theme, is the opportunity that you're seeking is within you presently. So let's go ahead and jump into the tarot for some more information. We're going to pull 5 tarot cards, then we'll pull a clarifier from my oracle deck, and we'll end with a message from the Lightworker Oracle, which is a super high vibe, beautiful deck. So I can't wait to share and see what Spirit has for you. So for card number 1, what opportunities are here for them now? For card number 1, please. The Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. It's akin to that. Okay. The 8 of Materials, or the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. The 4 of Voices, or 4 of Swords. Already lots of information coming in. The 7 of Emotions, or the 7 of Cups. And your advice position. And the Knight of Voices and the outcome, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay. So here in the past position, we have the Page of Materials. So this is a student of the Suit of Pentacles. So a student of new beginnings, a student of a new way of creating money and wealth and abundance and prosperity in your life. So since this is in the past position, like, what have you recently engaged with that's new in your life? What have you engaged with that is starting a new venture in your physical world? Something that you're passionate about, and new ideas, development. This is also a message of any recent material and financial developments in your world as well that have come into play. So something that made it so you wanted to show up and work on it every day because it was new, exciting, and you were fully delving into it, even though it was something that you're still learning and practicing a new skill, which makes a lot of sense with your current energy being the 8 of Materials. So yeah, again, like, so what have you recently been a student of that is actually creating wealth and abundance and bringing material prosperity into your world? It seems like there's been something recently here for you. In the current energy, we have the 8 of Materials, which is really perfecting her craft. All of these roses here are, they're exactly the same. So she's perfecting her craft. She's getting noticed for that. She's actually removing herself from society to work on her craft and to just show up and be repetitive with that action every single day. It's about being consistent with what it is that you're working on, whatever has recently sparked your passion, sparked your interest, sparked an exciting idea for work, for career, or a side project. That's what this reading is about. It's about you showing up every single day, and I feel like your guides are really commending you on being consistent with that and being devoted to your craft, being devoted to getting better and being devoted to becoming an expert at what it is that you're trying to create. So this is an energy of just continuing on to expand and to ever grow your skills and to grow into a level of mastery that you can then expand out and share with the world. So well done here. And again, even makes more sense that in your challenge position, we have the Four of Voices, which is akin to the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot, which is all about rest, solitude, meditation, and taking a well-deserved break, which makes a lot of sense since you've been busy. This is a very busy energy. This is a very single track focused energy. So your advice here is now it's time to make sure that you're balancing that with rest. It looks like she's trying to balance quite a bit here. And so one of the roses that she needs to balance in her daily life is going to be the one that rejuvenates, the one that refills her own cup. I love this card. It looks like she's like in a bath right now with rose petals. So what can be akin to taking a bath in rose petals for you? Is that taking a walk in nature? Is that relaxing with some beloved animals and pets? Is that having a phone call with a friend? It can look different for a lot of ways and for a lot of people, but I think the most important thing is to, however that you're resting, make sure that part of that is taking place in solitude and allowing space for spirit to give you messages about how to make your work better, how to improve, how to start innovating, how to keep that magic going. Because what this Eight of Materials is, it can be kind of close to a burnout level of activity. So making sure that you're interjecting and setting up a routine for yourself to make this part of your daily routine is to take time out and connect with your higher being. And in the advice position, we have the Seven of Emotions, which is like the Seven of Cups. And this card is all about choices and also the illusion of choice as well. I feel like for you, so usually like the shadow side of this is being a little bit overwhelmed with choice and perhaps fantasizing about choices. And maybe scattering your energy amongst too many avenues here for manifestation, too many ways that the way that you want to take your work could go. But I feel like because it's in the advice position, it's saying really marinate with your options and really take the time to create those beautiful daydreams about exactly where you want to go next with your opportunities and projects that you're working on. And then that will help you clarify exactly which path that you want to choose forward. But really sit in the energy of these options that you could take this to the next level, because you're perfecting your skill right now. You're perfecting your work. You've been consistent, so now it's time to innovate, go to the next level, expand, collaborate, however that looks for you. But you're going to have some options here before you, So I would really journal out those options to completion and what they would look like, how it would feel, how your day-to-day would change or stay the same, how it would impact your relationships and the world around you, and your financial status as well. And make sure that you're really flushing those options out. And then once you've done that, I would stop thinking about the options that you've decided you're not going to choose, and just really stay focused and bring that same consistency that you've had to envisioning one single option ahead and focusing all of your divine source energy there, because your attention and where your energy goes is the most important thing for bringing what you want into reality. People say keep your options open, but that only works for so long, and then your energy will be scattered. So I think this is saying keep your options open just long enough to discover what each one will bring for you, and then close them. Close them and choose one path. And with your final outcome, this is the Knight of Voices, which is essentially the Knight of Swords, which is really all about using logic and reason to cut out what no longer serves you so you can soar higher here. So you can create that one avenue, that one dream, making sure that you're cutting out any other options that will muddle the energy moving forward. Because it will weigh you down is what I'm hearing. So this is taking action on that one mission forward and going at it with full speed and being really confident in your choice, and not being burdened by the would have, should have, could have possibilities that you've decided to not pursue. Because even though you're pursuing one thing at this time, it doesn't mean that you can't pursue those other options at a different time. They might come back around if they're meant for you. You'll be inspired to pursue them again at a later time when the energies are more aligned if they're for you. So just being really confident in the choice that you've made and moving forward with that. But maybe when you're making these choices in your advice position, like we were talking about, choosing which one and fleshing out those ideas and sitting with what that feels like, to also make sure that you're using the rationale and logic. And I wouldn't say it needs to come down to a full-on pros cons list. I think intuition is important to balance with rationale and logic, but to make sure that that is definitely part of the equation that you're trying to solve, that will play an important role in your outcome. Also, this is a card of authority, and it's also a card of idealism. So making sure that those flavors are with you when you're carrying out your projects, when you're carrying out your career mission, when you're carrying out the work that you've been working so hard in, realizing that you are an authority in this space, that you've made yourself, you've created yourself to be an authority because of the work that you've been putting in, and to realize that to carry forward that idealism from when you started this, that carrying that forward is what's going to create momentum around it, and to also create a wake around you of people that will want to join as well, or to at least participate with you in a way that is going to help move your project forward and where it needs to go and who it needs to be involved with. So really quick and decisive energy here, which is exactly what we want to see after a card like the Seven of Emotions or Cups. So this all really makes sense with the way that the energy is flowing here, especially if you've been feeling stuck. Just to know that when you're doing everything that you need to by showing up every day, but that you're going to find that inspiration to get you out of that stuck mode You're going to find that divine inspiration when you enter those moments of solitude. Leaving space for that to be downloaded into your being is going to be essential at this time. So with that, I want to pull a clarifier here for what opportunities you have in front of you at this time. It looks like you are moving all in the right direction and everything is unfolding for you, and you're really becoming the master of your own reality, it looks like. So the card that jumped out is independent. It's time to strike out on your own and rise to the challenge. You are more powerful than you know, free, detached, uncommitted. So maybe this could be, if this is one of your options here, this could be one of your signs. Maybe you've been working really hard under someone, or like an apprenticeship, or whatever would be like that. Maybe you're a student, or you've been taking a course, or you're part of a bigger company, and if you're thinking about striking out on your own, this could be a sign after full contemplation that it will be part of it. Or just like, how can you incorporate more independence within your mission? It could also be independence in the sense of that you're free from the opinions of others. Like, what you're doing doesn't require the opinions of others, especially since you're turning yourself into an authority on your subject. It's great to hear the counsel of others, but to know ultimately when you're in divine alignment with your higher being, that's all that really matters. And what you're doing probably hasn't been done before exactly the same way. So love that for you. And the last card that we're going to pull is a Lightworker Oracle card. And if my style of reading resonates with you, and if you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings at this time, and you can find that info in the description box below. This is a new channel, so if you received any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings delivered every Friday. So what does this pile number 1, what opportunities do they have coming their way? Oh my, look at this. Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. Get my guidebook here to read. You have been growing spiritually and your consciousness is expanding. It is transforming your experience in the material world from something you must control or conquer into a living expression of the radiant divine. As your appreciation and love for the material world becomes more unconditional, so too does the light that can flow into your aura, chakras, and physical body. As you psychically expand, you may need more rest, healing, and meditation than usual to integrate this increasing degree of light and the consciousness that awakens within you. The Rainbow Bridge is a term for the channel of light that moves through your chakra system and along your spine, allowing spirit to enter your body and stimulate the development of your soul. This bridge comes to life as your consciousness is raised. It draws in higher energies that nourish and awaken your body, mind, and soul through your chakra system. As your chakras become stimulated by the increasing flux of spiritual light, a clearing process begins, which supports the consequent expansion of your consciousness. This clearing is like a spiritual detoxification. It clears blocks from your mind, emotional body, and physical body, as well from your soul, such as unresolved past life issues. As these blocks are broken down and processed, emotional trauma stored in your organs and nervous system can be released, and your energy field becomes more spacious. This creates room for an increase of spiritual light. As a result, you feel clearer about who you are and why you are here, and others see you more clearly when they're in your field. You become more powerful. Your energy field continues to clear itself, attracting more spiritual light, becoming more visible beyond physical limits. Others can be supported by your light, even if they cannot see your physical body. You are growing as a light worker and helping humanity in increasing ways, whilst enjoying your own spiritual growth. You're opening to new consciousness now. With this comes new insight, awareness, and awakening or deepening of your soul talents, such as healing, clairvoyance, channeling, or telepathy. Your channels are being cleared and activated. Rest, open up, and allow. Be patient and trust in your process. If emotional content arises and you are concerned you might be falling back into old habits, do not be afraid. Find ways to express what you're feeling through writing, therapy, dance, music and art, sound, and conscious movement. Explore your personal expression to allow for spiritual expansion. This oracle brings an additional message from Spirit. Hold on. Ascension can be a wild ride. Anything is possible. The past is not an indicator. The future is not set. This is a moment to cultivate your deepest feelings of spiritual love and peace. Simply allow the genius of life to flow through you in whatever way it chooses. During Ascension, your life can change quite dramatically. The Rainbow Bridge empowers us to rise from one reality into another. Even if your outer world doesn't change radically, internally you will feel as though you are living a different life. Eventually, the physical world changes will follow. Enjoy your crossing the Rainbow Bridge into new consciousness, dear one. You have everything you need. You are ready for this. It is meant to be. Mic drop. Holy guacamole. I mean, this is just so spot on. It's like whatever that you've been working on, you might feel like the answer is more work, more time, more devotion, but really it's to rest and allow spirit, allow your energetic body to rejuvenate itself so you have the clarity, so you have the full tank moving forward, to have this like very clear mission, clear driven movement forward. It's all intertwined. So allowing yourself that rest is going to be absolutely crucial at this time. Sending you so much love and light on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello, card number 2. If you chose this rune, then this is your reading. So I'm not too familiar with runes. I'm pretty new to them, but I was feeling called to use them for today's reading. So we'll see how they can enhance that and the information that wants to come through for you about what opportunities you have before you. So this rune is interpreted as Odin. Refers to divine inheritance. It's for divine wisdom and power to flow to the human world from the old gods. It's linked to speech, such as the power of persuasion, creativity, and communication. So, Odin and the raven. Have you been seeing any ravens lately? That could definitely be Odin trying to catch your eye and wanting to communicate with you. Let me know in the comments below if that's the case. But I went ahead and pre-shuffled and pre-channeled a message for you about what opportunities you have coming before you. And congratulations, it's literally everything. It's the cosmic egg of all potential. So the opportunities before you are infinite. You simply get to choose a path and descend on it with an adventurous spirit. You may be moving or beginning a new career. This is a green light from the universe that avenues are now available to you that were not present before. You've entered a new vibration, a new vibratory state that has fresh starts to reward you. Lean into change because it's important. Lean into change because it is imminent. What is sparking your passion? What is encouraging your creative juices to flow? This should be embarked upon with a childlike and playful state, a state of pure curiosity. Curiosity allows you to observe without judgment and catch helpful clues from the universe to guide you on your journey. This could be a fruitful time to keep a dream journal or do some divination to connect with your guides, as they'll likely be actively communicating with you. What's your favorite way to connect with your guides? Let me know in the comments. This is a favorable time to choose a more unconventional path, should that call to you strongly. Don't let fear weigh you down, because you're here to soar to new heights in this new energy. So, couldn't be more exciting for what opportunities are arising within you, because I mean, you can choose anything you want at this time is basically what it's saying. So we're going to jump into a few more tarot cards, and then we'll pull a clarifier oracle card and end with the light worker oracle card. So what does card number 2 need to know about the opportunities that are available to them now? What information can we give card number 2 for their highest good? Whew, big energy. Okay. The 3 of materials, or the 3 of pentacles in the traditional tarot, in your past position and your current position. We have the 5 of inspiration, or the 5 of wands. We have strength in your advice position. I'm sorry, in your challenge position. In your advice, we have the Queen of Inspiration, or the Queen of Wands. Okay, look at her. Your outcome is the Priestess, the High Priestess. Love this. Wow. Okay, a lot of energy, like getting lit up with energy over here. Cool. So in your past position, we have the 3 of materials, which is all about collaboration, working together, working as part of a group. So what have you been working on that's been requiring the energy of others? And how's that been going for you? Just looking at your current energy, jumping ahead. But yeah, so this looks like it's been a really nice time to work in a group of people, to call something forward, hopefully with a like-minded group of people, to whether that be like a career or a side project, or just maybe even family members that you've had to collaborate with recently. But yeah, so how have you been supporting your own vision by requiring the assistance of others? What in your life have you been working closely with others on? Because that's where the opportunities for this current energy, that's what the topic for discussion is going to be. So it looks like moving out of this collaborative energy may have sparked some discord here, some challenge in working with other people, some competition, some rivalry, some pushing, pulling, some comparison energy. And this energy, we all fall prey to this at some point, but this energy is an illusion, because rivalry and comparison and competition, like, they don't exist when you're on your own path, when you're in alignment with your higher being, because only you can contribute to this world what you came here to contribute. No one else can do exactly what you're doing the way that you're doing it. So just making sure that you remember that, and any feeling of comparison, that is a trap ultimately, that will only make the work suffer and make you suffer. So what have you been working on that's felt like you can't trust the people that you're working with, or that that you feel like you have to compete with them? So how can you find opportunities to work with others for a common good, for a common goal, to engage engage in competition that kind of fuels each other forward with inspiration instead of competition that would drag the other person down. But to be like, wow, I'm so inspired by what my neighbor is doing here that I'm going to work even harder so we can be on that same level and keep each other going, keep each other accountable, having that accountability buddy, as I like to say. How can you change the people that you're competing with, or perceived competition? How can you change that into someone that is holding you and that you can hold accountable? Maybe even making some kind of weekly meeting or something like that so you guys can be accountable to each other with what it is that you're trying to bring into this world. Even if it's in an online space and it's not in a physical setting, that can be helpful as well. So what type of competition is this? How are you using the inspiration of others to create a brighter light from within? And these mirrors are here because these people are the closest reflections that you have right now to maybe triggers that you need to work on. Maybe feelings of not enoughness are coming up for you when you're in the presence of these other people. Something really powerful to do for those moments is something like inner child healing. I do have an inner child meditation for free that I'll link down below. If you are so called to do any healing work like that, there's plenty available on YouTube as well. But something like that to pinpoint kind of maybe that moment of when you were told or you perceived like you weren't enough, and you are now feeling like you're overcompensating from that moment of pain that was probably the most likely originated in your childhood. So in your challenge position is strength, which is all about commitment to showing up, commitment to having grace, commitment to having strength and authority that knows it has so much, it's filled with so much grace, this type of strength, that it doesn't need to raise its voice or yell or use brute force or that type of physical strength. It's a quiet inner knowing. It's that quiet inner confidence that people just exude when they walk into a room. So I think this is the antidote for any perceived feelings of competition or comparison traps that you might be involved in at this time. Just being so completely confident in exactly who you are, exactly your contribution, that whatever anybody else is doing doesn't matter, except for to use it as fuel to make your fire brighter, to use it as fuel to know what is possible. Okay, so-and-so's has, they're doing exactly what I want to be doing in this world. Great, now I know that it's possible, and I can use them as an expander, like Lacey, what is her name? Lacey from To Be Magnetic. Anyway, she calls them expanders. So using them as part of your inspiration to know, wow, that person's doing exactly what it is that I want to be doing now that I'm showing my subconscious that is available to me too, and to believe that it is available to you as well. This is also about the fears that are arising. It is definitely like a fear-based energy to be in competition with others. So this is about having the diligence and having the perseverance to quell those fears and to move forward anyway, to really get a rein on those fears, to maybe do a little bit of shadow work for finding out what fear is holding you back and keeping you from really exploding into the possibilities that are all around you now, to moving forward into that new beginning. that is the general theme for your reading, is that new beginning. And to having that divine intelligence moving through you, and to know that that is going to trump any fear that is lingering, because that fear is false. So how can you bring that into the loving light of consciousness with your own consciousness? How can you look at it, cradle it, say, I understand and I see you, but I don't need you anymore? So it's taming. This card really is about taming your inner fears as well. So does that look like journaling? Does that look like meditating? Does that look like journeying? Does that look like working with someone to really show you and highlight those fears that maybe you're having a hard time seeing on your own? And in your advice position, we have the Queen of Inspiration. I mean, look at her. She is in her full glory. She is so magnetic. She calls exactly what she wants into this world. She steps into her own. She doesn't care at all what others think. So I think that's also what this is saying here. Like, your advice is to be so confident in who you are, what you're producing, what you're working on, what you're contributing to this world, that nothing else matters. Any competition or strife that you've been feeling, especially when it comes to work and what you're working on, the opinions of others do not matter to her, because she is so confident in who she is. She also has like this, she brings sexuality to the space as well, because that's creative life force. That's that wand energy, right? That's that inspiration energy, that creation energy. So using that creative life force that's coming from your sacral chakra, from your sexuality, and driving that forward in a way that is pristine, not manipulative, but using that same energy. How can you use that same energy? But yeah, she's extremely charismatic. She also is a queen of entrepreneurship. So if that's one of your possible avenues here for this fool's journey that you're embarking on, this new beginning that you're embarking on, maybe it's taking a break from working with others and finding a way to move forward on your own, even if it is on the side for what you do all day. But yeah, she definitely, she does things in a new way. So yeah, definitely a great card for entrepreneurship. And in your final outcome is the High Priestess, which is all about limitless potential once again. Her potential is absolutely unlimited. She's so in touch with the divine that she knows exactly who she is. She has a heightened intuition. So I feel like the way that you can step into this energy is through confidence, is through removing some of those fears and or healing some of those fears, rather. I don't think fear ever is absolutely removed from our human experience, but to look at them with love. How can you bring them into the light of your awareness so they're not wreaking havoc in the shadows, right? To face them, to face those fears are going to help you receive all sorts of downloads. And I love that there are runes on this card as well. And today we chose to use the rune. And this is, right here you can see the rune for your reading. So that's pretty, the old gods are here with her as well. But yeah, it seems like you've got some psychic expansion going on right now. Your dream space might be a great liminal time to explore what it is that you want to do moving forward. Keeping a dream journal could be really powerful at this time. But yeah, it looks like your intuition is coming online in a huge way, and maybe you might be moving forward with a career that is centered around intuition. Maybe you might be moving forward in a healing capacity. All those things look like you would be really adept at them at this time if you can move forward with ultimate confidence in yourself, in your guides, in your team, in spirit, in and of itself. But to make time to listen to that inner voice is going to be huge. Listening to that inner voice that knows that you are the divine, and the divine compares itself to no one. So with that, let's go ahead and pull a clarifier here for what card number 2, what opportunities are available now for card number 2 for their highest good. Opportunities are available for card number 2 this time. Whoa, okay. Fire within. Find a way to reignite that energy in your life right now and immerse yourself in what you truly love. Passion, action, driving force. Yeah, this is like the fire of the Queen of Wands. This is the fire for the passion for the new beginning. This is showing up for yourself and knowing your why. Is it about service to others? Is it about service to others that have walked a similar path as you have? Is it about what is it that's lighting you up? Because that's going to keep you moving forward in the direction that is sanctioned by your higher self and your guides at this time. Really getting in touch with that fire. How can you get in touch with that fire? How can you record your dreams? How can you listen deeply? How can you walk in nature? How can you get in touch with that spark within? How can you choose to be inspired by others as well? So finally, we will end with a card from the Lightworker Oracle. What does card number 2, what opportunities that are available to card number 2 at this time? Opportunities are available for card number 2 at this time. Okay, this card is a little bit much in its illustration, but we're gonna go with it. It's called Alchemical Mutation. Your spiritual growth is changing your mind, body, and soul. It is very real. It is helping you fulfill all aspects of your divine destiny. It is awakening spiritual talents and attracting in new energies. It's exactly what we were talking about in the beginning with that full energy and moving into a new vibratory state. This process will bring tremendous joy and satisfaction. The body changes as light enters. Alchemy is catalyzed and transformation happens. Sometimes the appearance of the body changes. There will be a change in how the body feels, responds, acts, and creates. Radiance increases. Lightness of being increases. If you have clairvoyant vision, you will see the increase in light as though the person is actually lit up from within, because they are. Spiritual abilities become grounded in the body, and the person can channel healing energy just as naturally as they would set the dinner table. The spirit becomes a living reality in the body, and the material world is experienced as an extension of the divine light. This alchemy is an empowering gift of love. Symptoms of this process can at times be challenging. They may include headaches and other aches and pains, flu-like symptoms, and inexplicable and nearly overwhelming fatigue that lasts for days and then suddenly vanishes along with a surge of new energy. We may also experience pinging in the ears, increased sensitivity to lighter sound, hormonal imbalance, and hot flushes. excessive sexual energy, mental obsessions or mood swings, aggression, or unintentionally harsh reactions to people. If you've been experiencing any of the above and wondered if these or unusual symptoms could be a direct result of increased spiritual energy affecting the body, then the answer is that this is very likely. You are encouraged to source whatever professional health support you need to take care of your body. Also consider using the following simple practices to ease away the side effects of divine alchemy taking place in you. These simple practices include getting regular rest. Additional sleep is a powerful way for the body and mind to heal and repair and integrate and reorganize. Allow time for physical exercise, which can help release excess energy, especially if you tend to feel mentally congested. Take some time away from meditation, spiritual studies, or discussions and energy work. Instead, simply be in nature or rest. If you work with colors, then take a break for a short time, only working with very soft, subdued white or colorless light. If you have a tendency to push yourself with spiritual work, learning to take time off on regular occasions will help you recover more quickly and suffer less. Finally, working with cooling energy, not cold, but refreshing as a way to discharge excess heat can be extremely beneficial to body and mind. You can do this by sitting in the shade or in a room that feels cool and relaxing, or even by cooling your hands before an air conditioner and fan, and then using your fingertips to transfer cool and healing energy by lightly touching your chest, back of neck, and back of your head, ears, and forehead. Very interesting. So it seems like you have a lot of spiritual energy coming online at this time. Let me know in the comments below if you're experiencing any of those symptoms. I would be absolutely intrigued to know, and make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, sending you so much love and light and support on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello, card number 3. If you picked this rune, then the third pile, the third card, welcome to your reading. I am new to using runes, but I felt called to use them today. This particular one is, I might butcher the pronunciation here, so forgive me, but I believe it's pronounced Rido. And it's the rune of movement, representing the human path, the idea of leading by example, and the power of actions, importance of life's journey as a whole. So it's a reminder of the role of fate and respecting universal forces outside of our control. So it'll be interesting to see how that energy pulls in, but went ahead and picked a card for your reading in advance and channeled a message for you for the overall theme for the opportunities that are available to you now, and it is the Muse of Inspiration, which is akin to the King of Wands in the traditional tarot. Just love this card. Looks so badass. So, the message that I channeled for you is the Muse of Inspiration is a visionary leader with a gift for bringing together many components to complete one cohesive vision. This muse is destined for success because she has the power of higher purpose to propel her. This is a time for leadership. Leadership related to purpose. That could look many different ways. It could be as simple as setting the vibrational tone for your family, guiding them with awe for the beauty in the world and gratitude in their hearts, guiding them to stay focused on their path instead of wallowing in the pain of the other. It could look like leadership for a heart-centered business, or even amongst your colleagues in one of the many necessary roles our society requires. It's a time to be confident as a way shower, as a light worker, someone who consciously and actively envisions a better world. This is a step beyond that envisioning because it is action-oriented. What steps are you taking daily to make your goals a reality? How can you ride the wave of ambitious fire lit from within? How can you serve your community and higher purpose at the same time? So that is some pretty visionary leadership energy here. So let's go ahead and jump into the tarot, and then we will pull an oracle card to clarify, and we will end with a lightworker oracle. So for card number 3, what opportunities are coming online for them now? What opportunities do they have available for them now? What opportunities are here for card number 3 for their highest? Good. Starting off strong with this muse of inspiration. Okay, so for your past position, we have the 8 of Voices, which is essentially the 8 of Swords. Eight of Voices. It's a lot of darkness here, these cards. Interesting. In your current energy, you have the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. In your challenge position, you have the 2 of Inspiration, or the 2 of Wands. In your advice, you have the Knight of Inspiration. And your final outcome is the 2 of Materials. Okay, definitely a career or work that you're doing in the world type of reading. We only have Pentacles and, I guess we have Swords here. And Wands, lots of Wands. Very interesting. In your past position, you have the 8 of Voices, which is like the 8 of Swords, which is the feeling like you're trapped, the feeling like you have no other way forward, the feeling like you don't have options, but really she's not actually trapped. Really, she can escape her current situation. She can shift her perspective and her way out. You can always get out of any situation. You're not stuck. You've got options. So I feel like you've realized that recently. You know that you're not stuck in a current situation regarding work or regarding working with others, regarding finances. But now it seems like you're charging forward on a path that you've lit from within, and you know that you're the one to get you out. In your current energy, you have the Queen of Materials, which I love. She is the most abundant queen, so it looks like you're really creating wealth and abundance for yourself. You're really nurturing that from within, and now you're reaping the rewards. And she's also she's very stable. She's very steadfast in how she shows up for others and how she shows up for her community and how she contributes with her wealth. She's very stable and grounded. So I feel like they're really commending you for creating the wealth that can serve not only yourself but others as well. So if you don't feel like that's the case, this is the energy that you're meant to embody at this time. This energy, like, of course I always have enough. I can always create more. I can always grow more flowers here. It's as simple as that. I am abundant. I am the abundance I seek. It comes from within. It's also like a very mothering and nurturing energy as well. So if you're nurturing your business at this time, if you're playing a more nurturing role at work, that could also help to step into that type of energy. But she has so much self-love and acceptance for self that she shows us that that's the way forward, is through the portal of worthiness, and showing us that that's what we need to be abundant, to know that we are worthy of abundance and we can generate that from within. She's accountable to herself and to her community, and she reminds you to nurture those around you, and to also allow yourself to be nurtured by those that you care about as well. And she's the queen energy is receptive. It's the feminine energy. So to be worthy of accepting and receiving wealth and opportunities that are coming to you, because they're all around you now. This seems like a very abundant and successful time for you. So I'm so glad that you've stepped out of this energy and you're moving into this time of really flowering. You're moving into this time of really becoming the highest version of self, embodied. In your challenge position, we have the Two of Inspiration, which is akin to the Two of Wands, which is all about looking out into the horizon to see what's next. So I think that because this is in a challenge position, I would say that you don't need to be looking to what's next, but rather fully engaging with what's before you. Rather fully engaging with the work that's in front of you, instead of looking to what's next, but rather like know that there is so much here for you to work on, that there's so much here for you to engage with, that it requires your full attention, and it might be kind of diluting your powers of manifestation, diluting your energy to be constantly looking to the horizon to see what's next. So I feel like that's calling for, since you have two twos here, that's all about balance. So instead of constantly projecting yourself into the future, which we all are guilty of doing, when you're at work, be fully in the work that you're doing. If that includes forecasting, if that includes projecting into the future with your team or whatever it is that you're doing, set aside a time for that and then move on. Instead of saying what's next or how can we evolve, to just engage with whatever it is that is directly in front of you at that moment. And when it comes time to engage with forecasting, do it then. In your advice position is the Knight of Inspiration, which is like the Knight of Wands, which is so interesting because the general theme here is the Muse of Inspiration, or the King of Wands. So this is such a fast moving energy that's completely lit up, magnetic, so inspired. It's a very, very fast output. So it's taking that enthusiasm that you have for your work, that you have for your mission, that you have for your higher purpose, that you have for what it is that you're working on, that you're creating in this world, and moving forward with it to know that you have the full power of your spirit team behind you. And not doing it in an impulsive way, but rather to move forward with confidence. That this is your passion, this is your purpose, and utilizing the ignition of that flame of your passion and your purpose, and that flame that's lit from within, and using that to propel you forward. Using that in your everyday. Using that to get you through the day, to put in a few extra hours if you need to. Whatever it is. And also, since the general theme for your reading is the King of Inspiration, which is more about leadership, it's like making sure that flame is lit from within, so you can show the way for others, so you can light the way for others, so that they can feel the warmth of your passion, so they can also be lit, so you can carry them and show them the way forward. To be magnetic with that flame that's lit from within. What activities are you engaging with every day to make sure that stays lit? Coming back to that why. Coming back to your bigger purpose. Coming back to what's fueling you forward. Knowing with utmost certainty the path forward, so you can just run and gallop at full speed. Because it seems like whatever it is that you're trying to pull into the world at this moment, it's far along on the path. Like, you've been doubting some things, you've been doubting the way forward, but now the way forward is clear, it seems. As long as you're not projecting too much into the future. And in the final outcome is the Two of Materials, which is essentially the Two of Pentacles. It's that infinite balancing act here. She's literally balancing on one foot. She's balancing these two roses here. It's, some would say, a work hard, play hard kind of energy. It really is balancing and juggling, perhaps too much juggling. So this is kind of like a warning of, you have the advice to move forward quickly here, to move forward, to know that you have the green light to move forward. But how can you balance that with maybe other responsibilities that you have, family responsibilities? Can you delegate at this time? Can you ask someone to hold this rose for you so you don't have to keep them both in the air and exhaust yourself? Can you delegate to other team members? Can you bring on more team members? Can you hire a virtual assistant at this time? Can you hire someone to do those mundane tasks that drain you so you can keep doing the tasks that keep you lit? Can you keep doing the tasks that you're best at, you're best suited for, and let someone else handle the mundane tasks? But yeah, we don't want you to feel overwhelmed, and this card could perhaps be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So it's really reprioritizing every single day what you can realistically accomplish. Sometimes when you want to have it all, it's prioritizing which thing needs to come first. And knowing that there's time enough for the other things that you want to accomplish in the future, but to do, again, what is before you now? What can you do now? What can you do today? What needs to be done today? And just making sure that you're staying engaged with that to keep yourself on track without getting overwhelmed by projecting too much into the future, what needs to be done or what needed to be done yesterday. Asking for help. Welcoming flexibility and change into your plans. Are you carrying too much? And if so, who can help you with your load? All right, so let's go ahead and pull a clarifier card here. For what card number 3? Opportunities. What opportunities card number 3 has. Coming online now. Very cool. Ascension. You're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights. Thriving, increase, takeoff. This very much feels like this type of energy, just to like move forward with such confidence. because it is, whatever it is that you are bringing into this reality, it is of a higher vibration. It most likely is of service in some way, shape, or form. Even if you are making a profit, you can still be in service with your mission, right? Absolutely. And finally, we will end with a Lightworker Oracle card. If my style of reading resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into your specific situation, I do offer personal readings. You can find that info in the description box below. This is a new channel, so if you received any helpful insights or clarity from this reading, please like, share, and subscribe for readings delivered every Friday. Okay. This one popped out. Star Child. Got a guidebook here to read this to you. The light of the stars exists in you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You're asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with Earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. Have you been dreaming of other places you'd prefer to be? Are you wondering if perhaps there's more to life on this planet than suffering and struggle? Perhaps you know you have a mission, yet you doubt that you can succeed. Perhaps you love your life here, but yearn to experience the spiritual purity that exists in the higher vibrational fields of the stars. You may feel like a tourist in need of a fix of your home language to endure adapting to a very different world. Grounding yourself here on Earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Your feet need to be planted on the earth. Relax and trust that you are meant to be here. You have a special light to share and a particular spiritual vibration to live, so that the quotient of embodied spiritual light on earth increases. You are part of an important team of spiritual beings working to assist humanity to grow spiritually. The challenge for a star-seeded soul is to accept human beings as they are, without despairing over their darker side. The violence may frighten you, but your love will help humanity learn to use that violence to dismantle old structures and create new ways of being. It can be channeled to energize humanity with a can-do attitude towards creating a more loving and functional world. Remember, you came to this planet to learn and help heal others. You agreed to take this journey because you can assist both the earth and humanity to evolve their frequency. It is possible, and you are helping make it so. There are 3 truths that will help you embrace your journey on this planet. Firstly, you can carry the purity of your star ancestry in your heart. You can return through meditation or relaxation at any time. You can often return to your star-born home during sleep. The loved ones from that place are very aware of your journey here and are helping every step of the way. They send you frequencies from home, like divine care packages, which fuel you for your earthly task. Secondly, you're so filled with love that you're capable of loving all on this planet. You have compassion even for those who are very wounded and fearful, and at times act out in ways of violence, cruelty, and ignorance. Now the human capacity for courage, compassion, and light is increasing. Your work as part of the team of light-loving beings is already having an effect. Thirdly, as a star-seeded being, you have special resources for your journey here on Earth. Your every spiritual request and need will be met by a loving team of helpers. You get to have a lot of fun in your healing mission if you choose so. It doesn't only have to be hard work, though. Of course, sometimes it will be. Just remember that the stars shine with the joy in the sky, and you can shine as a star with joy upon the earth. This is your nature. This is how you can best fulfill your life mission. Well, it seems like you have a very unique mission here. You are a leader. You are meant to lead. Know that you have so much love and support from the other side, from your team. Ask when you need help, even from your spirit guides as well. They love to help, but you've got to ask. Sending you so much support, love, and light on your journey, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.